5 seconds. As a general rule, profit is regarded as being the additional wealth that is created by the operation of a successful business enterprise. The whole purpose of risking capital in a business venture is to make a profit. To decide whether or not a particular business is successful, it is necessary to investigate what rate of profit is being earned by capital which is being employed. A shopkeeper, for example, may be reasonably satisfied to make an income of 1.5 lakh rupees per year from his business and consider that he is being quite successful. If it is discovered that, taking into consideration the total saleable value of his buildings, equipment, stock, and materials, subtracting the claims of his creditors, he is employing a capital to a total value of 15 lakhs. It is obvious that his total profit represents a 10% return on the capital employed. Furthermore, if a deduction is made from this profit of the value of a salary for his work as manager of the shop at a rate of perhaps 1 lakh a year, the return on his capital, taking no account of tax, is reduced to 50,000 rupees. That is to say, a return of approximately 3%. From a purely economic and rational point of view, it is very doubtful whether this is an efficient way of making use either of the shopkeeper's labor or of the capital that is represented by his business. There is an increasing appreciation today that this state of affairs exists and few people are willing to enter the distribution field as sole proprietors of a business. Public companies are very conscious of the rate of return that is achieved on their capital. This matter has also to be borne in mind whenever firms are considering whether or not to borrow money in order to expand. If a company is convinced that it is in a position to earn profits representing a return of 10% on capital employed, and it is believed that it can sell to a wider market, it is worthwhile to borrow money for this purpose. Dear sirs, we are glad to receive your letter of the 12th instant and note the contents thereof. We are happy to note that you will be sending your check in respect of items supplied to you in our last consignment within a week's time. We are expecting your check as for your enquiry whether we will be in a position to supply the spare parts as per your drawings sent with your letter, we wish to inform you that it will be quite possible to supply all of them within the time specified by you. We also agree to supply you at the prices indicated by you. We await your firm orders at an early date so that we can start the manufacture of these items. As regards your willingness to supply us the raw materials required, we shall be interested in availing of your offer. However, we find that the prices quoted by you appear to be somewhat excessive. At present, we are able to get these items required by us at half the prices quoted by you. We are at a loss to know why your prices are so much higher. In any case, we are deputing our representatives to inspect the materials at your place. After they inspect them, and when we get their report, we shall revert in regard to this matter. In any case, we would very much like you, in the meantime, to examine our suggestion for the reduction of your rates. Our representatives would be visiting you early next week after intimating you in advance, thanking you in the meanwhile. Yours faithfully. Letter from the manager, Modern Electricals Private Limited, Madras, to the sales manager, National Traders, Mumbai. Dear sir, please refer to our order dated 3rd March 2008 for the supply of 20 steel tables. We regret to inform you that we have not so far heard from you in the matter. These goods are most urgently required. You had promised the delivery of these goods within a week. We are very sorry to tell you that we have been put to much inconvenience because of this long delay. We shall be obliged if you can kindly let us know as to when we can expect delivery of the goods. If these tables are not supplied before the end of this month, we may have to cancel the order. We would request you to send us a telegram in the matter immediately. We regret to inform you that this is not the first time that we have had to complain of delay in deliveries of goods ordered. As these goods were wanted as soon as possible, we had particularly insisted on their prompt delivery when giving our orders to your representative, who promised to supply the goods to us immediately. We are sure that you will appreciate the fact that the non delivery of goods at the stipulated time will cause much inconvenience not only to our concern but to the customers also. This will lead to bad reputation to our concern in this part of the country. We must therefore insist upon greater promptness, looking forward to hearing from you in the matter as early as possible. Yours faithfully,